Howdy strangers! So I just filmed 2 videos and I didn't like either of them because the first one was a cover of Moving On by Paramore, and there was this really cool ukulele track that I found on YouTube. Ooh, my eyebrows aren't looking good. Anyways, I found this really cool ukulele track and it was just perfect. And I didn't have an aux cord to plug it into the amp so that you could hear it better. So I tried something else with the microphone. Oh my god, that didn't work. I'm good. And then, I didn't like that, so I did a 17 random questions tag. And I didn't like that either because it was extremely boring. So I am deciding to tell you guys a story. So yeah, gather round, children. Here's the story of how I almost died on a ski lift. Okay, so at this point in time, I was about 9 years old. We went up to the mountains for a skiing trip, and I was fairly short. So I would call this resort something besides its actual name, but I can't think of anything because everything is too similar to its name. So we'll just call this, okay. So there's the lift, and then different mountains. We were on our way to the highest one, to the highest point of the mountain. And so, I was pretty short. I don't grow that much, so for me to be on this ski lift and almost dying was horrifying, especially since when I almost dropped, I was like 30 to 40 feet in the air. So we went to the lift, and my mom and I think it was my little sister went up first because they were like 3-person lifts, and there were 5 of us. So my mom and my little sister went up first. Then we got at the little base where you're supposed to wait for the chair to come up behind you. And it was going fast. I didn't know how fast it was going. I thought I would still just like get on. So I think I was hanging on the right side. So I got almost on, but it hit me like at the back of the shin because it was low and I was still like short. So it was like still harder for me to get onto the chair because it was low, but not low enough for me to sit on it. So it hit me like high shin, maybe like almost where my knee was. And I was holding on to the side. So like, okay, I'm going to use this. This is part of my microphone, by the way. I'm going to use this as a side reference to like the bar like that you hold on with, like, and just like a rest and stuff. So I was holding on to this. I was hit, and then I got onto the chair barely, and my skis pushed my weight forward, and I slipped off the chair, and I was hanging like this. I was hanging with one arm too. My dad tried catching me, and the thing about this lift was the bar. Some of the bars, they're like, it's like this, but it also has like a dip underneath. Like it usually has like a map, and then like 2 pegs going down where like it separates people so you can stay in. Ours didn't have that. Ours just had a straight bar right here. So I was hanging on. The bar flew down, which means that if they stopped it, my dad would have to throw it up and risk falling too. And and also my brother was on there. So my brother was on the far left, my dad was in the middle, I was hanging off the right. And people didn't notice that I was hanging until I was like 30 or 40 feet in the air. So they stopped, and my mom had no idea what was going on, even though I was screaming my head off. So she looked behind, and she was crying. Everyone was racing for my death. I could have fallen and broken all of my limbs. And so, yeah, luckily they had a ladder long enough, so that saved my life. People got up there, they helped me back on, but in between that time, I was just slowly slipping because my hand wasn't a glove, and also it was really sweaty because I was like nervous. I was dying. I was facing my possible death, and that could have been my chance to move up to the clouds, but it wasn't, thank God. And so they had a whole crew come. They brought like a parachute, and they had like 20 people holding it so that if I fell, that's what they would catch me with. But they said, if you fall, they screamed at me, if you fall down, you risk breaking both of your legs and becoming a paraplegic. And I'm like, nope, I'm not doing that today. I'm holding on. Daddy, help me. Oh my God. That was terrifying. So, the attendant finally got up, or the attendants, I think, they had like 2 ladders, and they were both like 30 feet high, and like they barely touched the seat. And so they both got up, they hoisted me back up onto the chair, and I was saved. And I haven't been to that place since because I am deathly terrified of it. Because if it's gonna happen that time, it could happen again. Because they probably have stuff like that happen all the time, and they can't really do anything about it unless the person dies. So, yeah, I haven't been back there since. And so I almost died. That's fun. Like and subscribe, and if you do that, maybe I'll go back there with the GoPro to prove that I won't die. I'm not going back there again. I wonder what it was like for the people watching me below, just like seeing someone's skis just like topple to the ground. Yeah, I think I almost broke my skis that day, but what if someone was just watching me almost fall, and then they're just gleefully skiing, and they're like, oh my God, and then they see a girl who's about to plummet. That must have been an awkward day for them. Hey honey, how's skiing? Oh good, I almost saw someone die today. Isn't that great? I feel bad for those people. Oh well, bye.